also not prepared for the extremely much shorter version of the intro. Like, I'm used to
it's like
slightly longer.
Oh, hey guys.
Like,
Ha ha.
by the time we hit go,
It's 4 seconds.
it's there. Yeah.
3.5 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Technically Speaking Live show, or as one of our random internet commenters called it, the absolute worst channel on all of YouTube.
The worst.
That's a point of pride to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm figuring out how I can
belt.
I'll figure out how I can put that on my resume.
Worst channel ever.
Yeah.
Literally said the S word.
Yeah.
The S-wordiest. Wow, you see how I did that?
That's what you
Believe
did
it.
there, yeah.
S-wordiest channel on YouTube. The entire YouTube. Worst one ever.
We're number one or number
one of the
yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
We're number one of the worst, but number 16 in your programs.
Oh my God.
But number one.
Falco.
But number one in your hearts.
That's a deep cut right there. Woo! Oh my God. Okay, so how do we cover out of that one? So hey everybody, thank you so much for stopping by to check out the show.
It's the worst on the internet.
It's the absolute worst on the internet. My name is Greg. To my right, as always, man who synergizes for a living, Dr. Scott Peachy.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. I was trying to think of like random corporatee speak since you look all professional.
I do. Well, this is what happens when you're CEO.
God,
Actually, I gotta be honest with you. I am so. Welcome back to the land of creating content. Your video's doing numbers, brother.
Busted it out.
You did like over 1,000 in just a few days. Like that's pretty good for us.
For us,
not quite record for the channel,
no,
but still pretty good.
Yeah.
I hold that title.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do.
You know which ones it is
Yeah,
too.
I sure
These
do.
right here.
Yeah,
that was like 25 in a week.
Yeah,
25K in a week. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What? What?
At first, I was thinking it was Google Wi-Fi video because that one's done numbers, but that's a long-term numbers instead of like 1 week records type of stuff.
Yeah, still the best. Oh, it's a fun story. Anyway, greetings from St. Louis. Greetings from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Cameron Corey.
Fun story about the best video that we have on our channel.
Yeah.
That video.
Yeah.
That came to me from a friend of mine at work.
Yeah.
Said you should make that video.
The video that we're referring to, if you go out and check out the channel, is
PVC backdrop
yeah.
video. We made that literally. I was like day number 6 or 7 of us making content on YouTube. That video has almost 500,000 views.
Oh my God,
and it has
ridiculous.
made almost $900.
And the production value on it is awful.
Awful. And it cost me like $25 to make it.
We knew nothing about video production at the time.
Paid itself way more.
You edited that on your Pixel C?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very bad. Just goes to show you, you don't have to have the best.
Yeah.
Make something that hits.
Yeah.
I was called Jesus in that video. Thank you. You're Jesus.
You're Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Which, I mean, I guess I can see the resemblance.
Power of Christ compels you.
It's an... Oh... Anyway, so we have...
Demonetized.
Totally demonetized. We have an interesting show lined up for you today, like we try and do every single week. April Fool's Day happened. I don't know if anyone was aware of that one. April Fool's Day with tech stuff it's either brilliant or it's so unbelievably cringeworthy. It's just so bad. But this year there was actually a couple of good ones. There was a lot of crap to sort through, but there are a handful of good ones, so we'll talk about that. There's been some kind of, quick hit stuff that's happened in and around Google. We'll touch on a bunch of different topics around there. There's some more details about future devices, including what's happening with the iPhone. Very interesting leak that happened there. And kind of last minute, we're going to give you an inside look at what it's like to be involved in tech YouTube, especially the reviewer space. We get companies that reach out to us all the time asking us to check out their products, but it's not really... It doesn't really work for like a full video. Like it's not going to do anything for us. No one's going to watch it, so it doesn't really make sense. But we just get stuff that shows up in the PO box all the time. So we figured we would just open some of them up and check them out live. I mean, unscripted, unrehearsed.
Yep, literally unrehearsed.
See what happens.
Show you. I have a whole
stack of them.
Whole stack right here to show you some of the stuff that gets sent to us.
And some of it's real quality.
Oh boy. Some of it could be great.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens.
There's one of them in there that...
There are names in there that I'm interested in, like name brands that I recognize, and I'm like, okay, yeah, the top one there.
Okay.
Like, I respect that.
Okay, I see it. All right.
Yeah. You want to start with the... Let's talk about some April Fool's stuff that was out there.
So you take one, I take the other. You get to pick one first.
I'm debating. There's some good ones. Where do I want to lead with? I'm going to leave the top one for last. I'm going to talk about Google had a whole bunch. Usually for April Fool's Day, Google goes all in on the April Fool stuff.
Yep.
They had a whole bunch of them this year, including like Google Tulip.
I still didn't watch that one. I don't know what that one's about.
Most of them are bad. Most of them are like, whatever. Marginally funny at best. The one that was like, oh, okay, cool. I would totally do this just from a passive-aggressive standpoint. Did you see the calendar Easter egg?
No.
So if you go to calendar.google.com.
Can I still do it?
You can do it right now, yeah. I was doing it earlier today just to test to make sure it still worked.
Okay.
You sign in and you go into the upper corner over there.
The
the settings, and then go down to play a game.
Play a game.
And then hit
play a game.
And now you can move your little mouse back and forth and click and shoot down calendar invites as they come down. So you get to like blow up meetings.
What? That's pretty dope.
Right? Some of them are, it's like a cheap Asteroid or Space Invaders type of clone, but it's all done within Google Calendar. So as you have meetings that are rolling down, and by the way, it's a mix of like actual meetings that you have on your calendar that you can blow up, and just some fake stuff that they throw in.
It's pretty dope. I gotta give them credit.
So just a fun throwaway game. That was the best one that I saw that Google did. All the rest of them are kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
All right, I'll buy it.
Okay,
that was cool.
Which one?
I like that. I don't know the Lego one.
Oh, dude, I will talk about the Lego one.
Okay, good. So Elon Musk dropped a rap album.
Dude, this
just dropped a rap album, R.I.P. Harambe, and it's all auto-tuned, and it is Elon Musk. It is, but boy, you can't tell that it's Elon Musk.
You can't tell that it's him, and I love Elon Musk is a meme unto himself.
He's
like
so
that,
weird.
He has just absolutely stepped into the idea of being a meme himself. Like he hosted Meme Review one time, which I thought was hilarious. And also drops this random rap album. It made it to Rolling Stone. It's been all over Twitter.
It was a thing.
It's like a 2-minute song called R.I.P. Harambe, which was the gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo that they euthanized after a 3-year-old fell into his exhibit, and the gorilla like pulled him into the exhibit and was, I mean, arguably trying to protect him, whatever. It was kind of a controversial thing at the time for anybody who doesn't remember.
We're out of focus.
How are we out of focus?
Did we forget our background?
No.
Modern day tech has told us that we're out of focus, but our crispy background is crispy.
That's super annoying. Did we move I don't think we moved the camera.
I don't remember.
All right. Hang on. Uno momento. You talk about the other thing.
Which other thing?
I don't know. Talk about how much you love Harambe.
You know what? R.I.P. Harambe. What?
R.I.P.
Are you gonna like zoom in on my face? Not. Okay, I just want to make sure that's weird.
Boom. How about that?
Oh, boom.
Just do some autofocus magic.
So Kathleen. First of all, Kathleen Garrity, welcome. Hopefully, Modern Day Tech that took care of our issues. Could the demo of Stadia on the digital screen?
Gosh, that's hilarious.
I saw the one where it was clean, the app that said clean your screen.
Yeah.
You could get the app and it would like, it was like a little bug would go across and like cream your screen.
Creen it. Go on. You were saying?
Nope. That's just,
So, hey, XSL agent says, with a soft focus, the beards look silky smooth though. Hey, I appreciate that. Huh?
Yeah, I put the, my favorite Can You Handlebar.
I was just gonna
say
coffee
blend in there. So shout out to Can You Handlebar. They are their oils are the exclusive oils of my beard.
I would also argue mine. Actually, there's one other balm that I use on occasion because it was the first one that I came across. Mm-hmm. But I pretty much exclusively use Can You Handlebar. This is Wisdom. I'm rocking the Wisdom today.
I use the animated coffee flavor.
Animated's good, man.
Because
it's good stuff.
It's good.
Kathleen, so happy to see you. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious story about. I fell for one hard. Someone convinced me that I could demo Stadia, which is the Google streaming service. You had my attention. As soon as I saw Stadia, I was like, ooh, what's this? I could demo Stadia on the digital coffee screen at work. Womp womp.
Were you staring at the coffee machine? Because that's hilarious.
That's what I'm picturing. Is like,
I want to play Stadia!
like yelling at it like, hey keyword, can I play Stadia?
Yeah, hey keyword. I want to play Doom. Doom! D-O-O! Welcome, new viewer.
Yes, welcome to viewer.
Welcome anyone and everyone. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I can just imagine you just screaming at the coffee machine.
I can absolutely picture that one. Okay, so the Lego one that was actually, this is the only April Fool's thing that I saw that I said that should be a real product. They call it Lego Find My Brick, and it was pitched as a smartphone app.
That's a dope idea.
Hey, I need to find like a yellow, 8-stud brick, bloop, bloop, and then it would like highlight. Everything else was black and white, and it would highlight the brick in your pile of Legos. I was like, that should be a thing. Why is that not a thing?
I would love to do that.
That's absolutely brilliant.
By the way, Kathleen says she totally would love
Yes.
Oh, they got you so good. Oh,
That's
coworkers are
hilarious.
the worst.
But by far the best April Fool's prank that I saw out of all of them, I went through a painful amount of April Fool's pranks. The best one, MKBHD, obviously well-known YouTuber, had a really, really convincing. I mean, this one got a bunch of people for at least the first half of the video, where he talks about the Pixel 4.
Exclusive,
yeah.
but he wouldn't drop any of the people like, no, like I got these on, this is on good, and then went into like some very, I respect the tinfoil hattery that he went into and actually put on
like a literal tinfoil
hat. And so from a content creator to another content creator, the scripting that he had to go through was an incredible amount of scripting. To basically
brilliant.
say like, okay, in this one it's a color, but it's like this is some of the verbatim stuff that he's like, okay, this color, but then there was a little monkey here, but this certain monkey was an African type monkey because there's an African elephant down here, and there's a picture of the globe that's attached to the actual elephant, and it's pointed towards Africa. Like, he was getting down into really explicit detail,
conspiracy theory level crazy,
and was wearing a tinfoil hat at the time. And I was like, wow, like the creativity to make that was incredible. And then at the very end, he told you it was obviously an April Fool's joke.
But the crazy thing is, like, for the first half, I totally bought it. I was like, wow, that's a very weird... The bit that he's showing is this supposed Pixel 4 render, but it's a full screen, like edge-to-edge screen, no front-facing camera whatsoever, but it had like a little shark fin thing, like a little angled piece that mechanically popped up that had the selfie cam on it. And I was like, oh, wow, that's... We had just finished talking about how I think for the Pixel 4... they have to go extreme for the Pixel 4 because there have been some rumors about the kind of mid-tier Pixel 3 refresh, I guess you would call it. It's kind of rumored to be called either the 3A or the 3 Lite, depending on which camp you talk about. Looks like it's fairly in line. It's just a cheaper version of the existing 3. So if they're going to do this like mid-tier step for the Pixel 4, they really got to go crazy. They got to do something big. They got to make this awesome flagship
some of
design.
Some of the renders that they had, like the things in the upper left or the upper right hand corner where the dual camera
looks great.
It looks like that
really
hole
awesome.
Punch.
Yeah,
it was super dope. If that's what the Pixel 4 looks like,
it
looks amazing. Way better than what the new iPhone looks like, which we will talk about in a little bit.
Got something for you, Apple. Got something for you. But yeah, so this little shark fin thing that pops out, and I was like, okay, that's a really extreme design. My immediate thought is like, boy, that little shark fin thing is gonna get broken off
so fast,
immediately,
so fast.
But yeah, it was a very well done script where he just ever so slightly he just increases the level of ridiculous until you get about 3/4 of the way through it, and you're like,
okay. Hang on, there's no way that this could possibly be right.
I'm telling you, I bought it for like the first half. I was like, okay, this could be legit. This could be legit.
I'm not an April Fool's Day guy, so I tune completely out of tech YouTube on April 1st.
It's usually trash. It's usually just filled with like just
not
dumb
good
stuff.
Not good. Yeah. Okay.
We got a bunch of people out in the audience, though. I want to take a moment to say hi to Mr. Cameron Corey. Greetings from St. Louis. Modern Day Tech is here. XXL Agent, welcome. So happy to have you here. We also got
Asian.
That's what I said.
Oh,
those were literally.
I thought you said. Never mind.
That's not what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. Kathleen Garrity's here. Mr. Justin Banks. Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here.
Woot woot.
What
do we got next?
What else? Oh, you want to do the... Well, which one? You want to do the quick hits and then...
Yeah, do quick hits and then that.
So, there's a bunch of kind of random topics all lumped in and around Google, I guess, this time. None of them worthy of a single segment by themselves, but just a bunch of stuff that's been happening that I definitely want to talk about.
One good, one...
Well, a whole lot not so good. The one interesting one that I saw, though, especially since we just talked about it on the live show, and you can see the kind of condensed version of this on the channel if you go back and check it out. Duplex.
That video's been doing numbers, too.
It's been doing pretty well for us. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. So we did a live demo of Google Duplex on the live show a couple weeks back, and come to find out, now Duplex is now available on iOS and some other non-Pixel related phones. So a bunch of other Android phones, including, I think, the Samsungs are on there. It's a whole bunch. You'll have to go check out the blog post over at Google. But very, very interesting. Very interesting that they're opening this up to non-Pixel specific phones. The article is from Ars Technica, and we click on.
I love the idea that now, so it's in 47 states, a wider audience, a location that rolls out, and it's going to be usable by most people in the U.S., which to me, that's just incredible. We did it live on air. Once we kind of figured out kind of how to use it, you can use things like through OpenTable or whatever. Didn't say OpenPage that time. Shocker, I know. But if you have this, I would love to see it done on an iPhone. That's actually not a bad idea for another video. Do it on an iPhone.
There you go.
So maybe we will have something for, I'm going to do a Google Duplex call on an iPhone.
Just do the follow-up, yeah. See if it...
Ooh, that's a great idea. I should totally do that. The idea is, to me, I just want to know what it's like on another non-Pixel device, because it was really easy on a Pixel device.
Yeah.
Squeeze, tell it to do a thing. If you have a Pixel, squeeze the sides, tell it to do a thing. Or just hold the assistant key down, tell it to do a thing, like book a restaurant, and it worked. So how do you do that on a non-Pixel device? That's my biggest question.
I mean, so you can get the assistant on...
Right, but
like
what does that?
iPhone.
Yeah, but what does that look like? How do you?
I'm assuming it's probably like a manual, like you have to navigate to the application and open it, and like hit the button that says like do the thing. I'm betting you can't do like Hey Siri or something.
No, we just like drove it. Hey Siri, Hey Siri, Hey Siri, Hey Siri.
Yeah.
Or Alexa.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too.
Alexa.
That's such a jerk.
Yet we won't do the Hey keyword.
Yeah, well, because it would set off our phones.
True.
Self-serving, if nothing else, right? Come on.
Story. I think it's cool. I think I should do a demo of that.
So the one interesting thing that I wanted to pull out of the Ars Technica article, because we also referenced this during the demo, is it would be really cool to be able to hear the opposite side. Like I want to hear the phone call as it comes in, to hear what the Google Assistant or the Duplex voice AI thing, to hear what it actually sounds like. And the guy that wrote, the individual, I don't know who it is. Yeah, Ron. The guy that wrote the article, that wrote the article in Ars specifically mentions, he says, last summer I was able to take restaurant reservations from Duplex. Google had a few journalists packed into a New York City Thai restaurant and field phone calls from its voice AI. Over the low-quality codec of the voice call, Google's voice technology sounds almost indistinguishable from a human, complete with emulated human flaws like pauses in speech and disfluencies. I didn't know that was a word.
That's the word.
Disfluencies like and in the middle of a sentence.
Wow.
So apparently, unless it's changed, which I would be surprised if it has, unless it's changed, it still does that human sounding.
That's
speech
amazing.
emulation. It's
I
incredible.
love that.
It's absolutely incredible.
How can we do? Can we create a business?
We gotta figure out a way to be able to field that call. If we can figure that one out, that's for sure a video. Because a bunch of the comments on the Google Duplex video that we have, again, check out the channel we have. That was one of the probably 3 weeks ago or so that we did this demo. A bunch of the comments are, well, I wanted to hear the AI on the other end. So let's work on that hustle.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I think I might be able to pull that one off.
I think I know your idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that what you think.
Okay.
I have enough control of that
Yeah.
to where I just got to make sure things are turned on.
Sure.
And if I do, then we'll just walk up there and do that.
We should 1,000% do that. Okay.
Maybe that'll be next week's video if I can pull it off.
Keep your eyes out. That might be a thing that's coming.
Actually,
I got the gears going now.
That's the disfluencies of the English language. Yeah, whatever. If we can figure that out, I think that would be cool.
I think it'd be really cool, man.
Okay, and then...
so that was the positive news. Then there's a whole bunch of bad stuff that's happened.
Pour a drink out for the homies.
I know, right? R.I.P. Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe. Google. Stop closing stuff. Oh, wow, they got URL shortener all in a week? I didn't know that.
Google basically discontinued 4 separate services Android devices in the last week alone.
Google Plus.
Yep.
Inbox.
Yep.
The Pixel 2.
Officially no longer for sale.
On the store.
I mean, obviously you can buy it third party.
Okay.
But they have discontinued sales.
And then Google URL shortener.
Yep.
Wow, all in a week? This goes right to there is a massive pile of stuff.
Yep.
The Google graveyard that just
sir.
continuously gets added to.
Go out and Google, go to your favorite search engine. I guess it doesn't have to be Google, and type in the Google graveyard, and it's a really interesting walk back through, the history of Google and other products. There's a bunch of products that are in there that even I forgot about.
So
it's
I use the Google Cemetery is gcemetery.co.
Okay, yeah,
and they actually
that's a different one than I've seen.
They actually have little tombstones. So just in
with date of birth and death, that's hilarious.
So okay. Google Plus, Google Shortener, Inbox, Allo, Mr. Jingles, YouTube Annotations, Google Chromecast Audio,
yep.
Google Goggles, which I didn't even think about, Chrome Apps.
Didn't Google Goggles eventually become
Google
Lens,
Spaces,
which then got worked into the camera anyway?
Google Talk, which became Hangouts, which also is dying. Hangouts on Air. Man, some of these I haven't even heard. Songza? I hadn't thought about that either, but that also got baked into the Google Assistant. So, yes, it's dead, but it's not dead. Songza was built into the Google Assistant. Google Now, which became the Google Assistant. So, yes, I kind of see that, but no, I don't. Okay, I guess I could see that. Wow, some of these I hadn't even thought about.
That's what I'm saying. Some of them, it's really a walk back through time with some of the Google services.
Yeah. Like
Google Reader.
Google Reader. Man, some people are still...
I'm still salty
about that.
I don't use
RSS anymore, here's a good one. The Nexus Q.
Ooh,
the digital media player.
Yeah.
Wow. So, long story short, Google, stop killing things.
So I can't remember
that's probably the biggest thing. People go, I went all in on Hangouts.
Yeah.
And then it decoupled and did its thing, became a little bit too bloated. Then we went to Allo.
I actually really liked
ones on Allo.
I really liked Allo.
And I really liked it, and then it died.
Yep.
And now we're not on a Google messaging app at all.
No.
Because...
Well, we've spent, oh my gosh, countless hours talking about our frustrations with... Google is a master of software wizardry, but for whatever reason, and I really think it has a lot to do with market share, because Apple has, unquestionably, they have the market share. But how Apple was able to work out getting iMessenger, or iMessages, whatever the thing is called, how they were able to get mass support for that. And Google didn't kind of see the writing on the walls and say, hey, we've had this monopoly, not real monopoly, but a majority of the smartphone install for how long now? We need to get on this message thing. It's just taken a long time for them to respond to messaging. And every attempt that they've had at it has been interesting. It has a lot of great features, but it's just not been successful.
And that's the single... So we also don't use Android messages.
No.
And that's the single biggest reason why we don't use Android messages, is because I'm afraid it's not going to be there.
I mean,
I get it. It's just still an SMS system.
It's just a basic SMS thing. So I think it's going to be there for a while, because SMS hasn't really gone anywhere. But my thing is, you're not giving me a reason to invest in Android messages. You're not giving me anything in Android messages, whatever it's called, that is fundamentally different than any other SMS application that's out there. And matter of fact, you can go to other SMS applications that give you end-to-end encryption.
Which is the one we're on.
That is a big selling point. That is a big selling point, other than, hey, you just have an Android native SMS client. Now, if Android messages had native support for like RCS or something along those lines, to where we could do the iMessage style send text message via the internet instead of having to have cell phone signal. Different story.
Yeah.
I'll give up encryption for that, which pains me to say it, but the connectivity, especially where I live, is way more important than the encryption.
So I'm not gonna disagree. Okay, I thought Inbox was great.
Yeah. So this is in specific reference to Justin Banks says Inbox was overrated.
Yeah, I actually thought Inbox was really good. So there's a lot of good features that they had there. The like pop up in my inbox at a later time, that was something that was first introduced in Inbox. It's now in Gmail, which I use all the time. So that specific feature was a really nice feature for me. I didn't really care so much about the bundling that everybody else liked, but for me, I like to try to keep a very specifically clean inbox because I'm OCD. It is what it is. But there are times where I'm like, I need to address this thing a week from now, but I don't want to file it because then I'll forget it.
Yeah.
So Inbox really gave me the ability to say, remind me of this email in a week and go away, and then it popped up. That same thing now is available in Gmail because of Inbox.
Well, and so that's what I was going to say is Inbox
served its purpose.
Features that people wanted, and as soon as you integrate those two things in the previous client, then you don't really need it.
It was basically the great features of Inbox. It served its purpose.
Yeah.
It was a great zombie.
Is this the same argument that I have, by the way, with Google Music and YouTube Music? Is as soon as you give me all the features that I have in Google Music now that are features that I want, it's a different story to push me out of Google Play Music and push me over to YouTube Music. But until then, I mean, I'll be a diehard. I'll ride that service until it dies. It's getting better.
I love Google Music.
I do too. I
love
absolutely do. Yeah.
YouTube Music getting better. I'm
For sure.
beginning to really like that. I've started to curate two different styles of playlists
on either service.
Yeah, because I can't move them.
Yeah.
So I've got one type of playlist that I've curated and really kind of pulled well. I have this bomb playlist of no words, but like hip hop.
Yeah.
Like the
like
hip hop
instrumentals and
stuff.
Yeah,
instrumentals. It's 3 hours, and it's like this is the perfect amount.
Yeah.
And it all flows in well together. It's great. Like I curated that.
You should share that playlist with me.
As soon as I figure out how.
I will help you with that. I've shared plenty of playlists.
There we go. Perfect.
I have a playlist that I share with Stats.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also thematically accurate. So it's a good playlist. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
YouTube Music is getting better though. They for a while there, all they had was you could subscribe. Like I liked how YouTube Music took a lot of the ideas from YouTube. I mean obviously things like subscribing and channels and stuff like that. But it was just kind of weird to see like a music only version of some of the same YouTube lingo. And I liked how they did that. And as far as I understood in all the testing that I did, subscribing in YouTube Music also subscribed you to, like if it was an artist and they had a YouTube presence, it subscribed you to that channel too, which I thought was a brilliant way to help
do that.
Yeah, because we have, podcasts. That might be unfortunately, they separated podcasts out of YouTube Music. Podcast is now its own thing, and I think it's partially because of that. YouTube Music and YouTube tie in together with artists and stuff like that. It's confusing because I don't even necessarily entirely understand it. But
so with Jacob, will Apple keep their share with all the Android phones that are catching up on things like camera and other features outside of the Apple universe? So first of all, Apple only dominates the US. That's it. They are not the dominant force worldwide.
Fair, but I think to his point is up until the Pixel 1.
Oh, okay.
Apple smoked Android phones with camera quality. You might be able to argue that camera quality, megapixel per megapixel type of deal, you could probably find Android phones that would compare. But the one thing the one thing that Apple continuously won on, which is why my wife would, no matter what, and she started out as an Android fan, the reason she kept going back to Apple is because the speed of the sensor
camera
on the camera. She could get pictures of kids.
It doesn't win anymore.
Agreed, but I think that's Jacob's point, is now that we're seeing kind of more parity across both platforms, is Apple going to continue to maintain dominance, even if it is in the US? And I would argue Apple going to do just fine, because Apple is going to cater to its user base, and it's a game of services now. So it's not...
I think it'll plateau. I don't think it's going to be like, or up. I think it's just going to it's just going to kind of bubble. It's still a status symbol, to be completely honest. Sure. Much like there was a meme that existed about the AirPods. If you don't have an AirPod, you're poor. Yeah. That meme existed. So there is that following that they have just from a status symbol awareness, but no, they don't have they have great camera quality. Yeah. They don't have the best, in my opinion. They just don't. They are arguably the fourth best.
And I was going to say, the best on the market from multiple places that you can go out online and read is the Pixel 3.
Yeah,
Google continues to win the camera game in large portion due to the software dominance that they have. Yeah. Absolute software dominance.
I would say that Apple's probably the fourth best picture quality. If I had to rank them right now, the P30 Pro and the Pixel 3.
Have you seen the night shots on that thing?
Okay, it's unbelievable. I want to get a P30 Pro so bad.
It's absurd. So pitch black, and they look great. Low light, but they look great. Anyway.
Yeah. So P30 Pro, the Pixel 3 are 1 and 2. The Samsung, what are they? Is it 10 Plus something, whatever Samsung is, and then the Apple would probably be fourth. The 10R. Yeah. Okay. Or the 10S Max or whatever.
I mean, so what'll be interesting is Apple sells you on, so they're kind of not rebranding, but they're definitely doubling down on the idea that they're the company that has your best interest at heart, fighting against Google and Facebook for their privacy concerns and stuff like that. Yeah. Which I think is gonna take them places, at least for the foreseeable future, because privacy concerns are something that a lot of people have right now. So that's going to take them places for a while. The other one is that they have the Apple ecosystem, the quote-unquote it just works. Like, that still applies, no question. And it's still definitely an area that I wish Google would... They can do magical things, but it doesn't matter if you get rid of the product in a year. And that's where I think there was an article that I just read about is Google's graveyard hurting its overall brand image?
I read that same thing.
And I would argue, absolutely. I think it does, because we've even had the conversation about how even if Google came out today with a brand new internet-enabled chat platform, whatever, like gives us everything that we want in text, I'm not migrating to it 100%.
I was going to say, I would have a hard time jumping in with both feet. I would jump in both feet to test it, but then to flip other people to it, that's where I would go.
Because we've done the work for you, Google. We have tried so many times. We got a bunch of people that had really no interest in Allo. We got them on Allo because we were convinced that was the way of the future.
Same thing with Hangouts. Hangouts was first, and then Allo, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it again. So we switched to another app, a non-Google app. Yeah. I want to. Going back to the iPhone camera thing, I'm going to pull this one forward specifically to talk about it. One of the things that Apple's done really well is they have a very aesthetically pleasing product.
Oh, that's I'm with you.
Beautiful products. I don't care what anybody says, they have some of the best looking products out on the market. The iPad Pros, the MacBook Pros, they just look great. Now they have their flaws, but they look wonderful.
I told you about this earlier. I dusted off an iPad 2, and when I pulled it out, I was like, man, this still looks like a great device. Yeah. Looks fantastic.
Love the aesthetics of an iPhone. Now, a lot of them, they just work. But let me go ahead and tell you, right now, a lot of folks are in your camp from the way that it looks. There is a leak out there right now. It is a mid-plate leak that talks about a tri-camera setup, wireless charging, but that really doesn't matter. That's not the point of what I'm going for. This tri-camera setup reveals a massive like camera hump in the back. So this is a Pixel 3 XL. So over here it would have a hump that sticks out. I mean, it would wobble on a table, let me put it that way.
Which is no different, to be fair, it's no different than any other current smartphone where there is just a little bit of a camera bump where the lenses and stuff sit. If you were to set it down on a table without a case on it,
it would wobble. Which is not it's not the wobble that's the problem. The problem is
the size of it.
It's the sheer size of it. It's twice as large as what you can see right here. If you were to double this cutout right here and then raise it up, that's roughly what you're going to have in this tri-camera setup. They're trying to take back the photo and video game.
So also,
which is hilarious.
I mean, good luck to them, because
I don't know how they can do that.
Well, because at this point it's so much a software game. Mm-hmm. I feel like to be able to get a comparable level of fidelity out of your pictures and video, you're going to have to invest in the internals, and that's going to drive up the price of the camera, or drive up the price of the phone. Whereas Google is able to do some really incredible things with just software.
Well, yeah, because I took a picture of myself with the Moment camera app, and I looked like trash. I took a picture of myself with the Google camera app.
The joke writes itself. I'm not going to say. I
still look like trash, but better trash. That's the thing. Is like, and that was
contrasty trash.
Yeah, more contrasty trash, which to me was more visually appealing. I'm not visually appealing, but that picture was visually appealing.
Yeah,
way more than the Moment one. Yeah, which is fine. But the idea is that was within seconds of taking that photo. No one right now can handle that. Yeah. Huawei P30 Pro has amazing night sight. Amazing. And it's because of the lenses that they have in the camera. Mm-hmm. Google was about 50% of the night sight. It still showed the item in complete pitch darkness. With, if you go to Michael Fisher's Twitter, the Mr. Mobile, he actually showed. I took a picture of Google Night Sight, and I did one with the P30 at night as well, P30 Pro. It was completely dark. You could see the item in his hand. It was much clearer with the P30 Pro, but the idea is Google's doing that with a single lens, all AI. The P30 Pro has 3 lenses, I think?
I don't know.
3 lenses and a boatload of software, and no. The idea is, I don't know how Apple's going to catch with that.
It's a software game now, and I'm not saying Apple can't do it, but given the way that some of these images are being processed now with machine learning and basically just a bunch of number crunching and having this experience with boatloads of data like Google has, I mean, there's a bunch of pictures out there taken from iPhone, so presumably Apple has some type of access to that to be able to do machine learning algorithms and stuff like that for image clarity. But I would be very surprised if it's even on par with Google stuff.
On par with Google stuff 6 months ago.
At best. And that's not counting like whatever Google's about to come out with. And I'm trying to be roughly objective about this. And I don't think that it's even within question to say that Google dominates the software space on this. They just do.
They dominate. In my opinion, they dominate. They just have the majority of folks. It's never going to be one side or the other. Yeah. The majority of folks just choose the image quality that you get out of a Google device. Yeah. Or an Android device. It's just not the iPhone. Like I said, iPhone's probably 4th best. And if you would have told me that 3 years ago, I would have laughed at you. They're 4th best. They're almost out of the top 5. Arguably, you could probably put the P20 Pro from last year or the Nokia 9 in front and have a reasonable argument that they're not even in the top 5.
I hear you, but I also think that if you look at any individual camera, I think the delta between any of them at this point, we're past the Pixel 1 era of massive, like there was a very distinct before and after the Pixel 1. Mm-hmm. Before the Pixel 1 came out, and it was like, forget about it. I mean, any phone that was not the Pixel 1 looked like absolute trash. Now, if you take those top 5, even the top maybe 8, and you look at the delta between even the best and the worst, you could probably tell a difference, but I would say that it's probably not that big of a difference. I think your average consumer is probably going to be on that line of saying like, well, I mean, yeah, so it's the 4th best. If my iPhone is the 4th best out of all of those, I mean, the difference between the picture or whatever.
So I don't know if we're going to chop this down into something smaller, but I'm going to make an audacious statement now.
Well, I mean, it's happening now, so
audacious statement. Here we go.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll bet you from a photo quality perspective, iPhones are not the top 5. I'll bet you it goes something like P30 Pro, Google Pixel, Pixel 2, then probably
P30 Pro, Pixel 3, Pixel 2.
So I go back and forth with this. No, let me do this again. So P30 Pro, Pixel 3, Samsung S10 Plus.
Okay.
And then I get into the I could put Apple at 4, but I could also put the P20 Pro because I know how good those pictures were.
Those are great.
I could put the Google Pixel 2 in there. I also know, because you have one.
Yeah.
Before Apple, that doesn't even count the Nokia 9.
Yeah.
That thing has 5 cameras. It looks ridiculous, but it's 5 cameras. And like I could reasonably...
With 5 cameras, it better look good.
I could reasonably argue that, theoretically, Apple's not even in the top 5 of the best pictures. The best ability to take a photo. With those.
I can't wait for all the hate mail you're
going to be whole trash.
He's going to get lit
But the thing is
fire.
Look, but to your point, Apple still takes great pictures. I just did a video where the mirror lenses on it. It still takes great photos. I have another video coming out where I do a compare and contrast between Moment and Lemiro. It still takes great photos. You're right. The delta is not very large between them. But I could reason. This is the same thing. MKBHD did a best camera.
Yeah.
They did the whole bracket thing. The Poco phone one. Apple and Google were out in the first or second round. It's not reasonable to assume that someone goes, they're really not even top 5. They weren't even in the top 10 based on those results. That is and that's just proof in that video. Link to that video. Fair use.
Boom.
Kinda.
Sort of.
Maybe.
Link to the video here or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like link to that video.
Yeah. All right.
All very good points, but I think the type of consumer that purchases an iPhone over an Android device has at least 5 photo editing apps, filters to pick up the slack. Huh.
Instagram. I feel like iPhone is the Instagram platform.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if I get that anymore. Samsung has the Instagram mode built in.
True. That's true. But I mean, up until that point, the iPhone was the Instagram platform.
Absolutely.
No question.
But you're right. It's a great point. There's a ton of, I'll be honest, I have a ton of photo editing apps right here. Everything that you see in this little app screen that I have right there.
Is that right next to your social security number?
Yeah, right next to my phone number too.
Yeah.
Right here is everything that I have related to just editing a photo. So, you're absolutely correct. And you're right. iOS is not going to be Team Scott. Not Team Scott.
Let's see what else.
Team Pixel.
Android Q Beta 2 came out. I don't know if you saw anything with regard to that. There's basically two big interesting things that I saw. There's a lot of, again, behind-the-scenes tweaks, which is a lot of what Android Q is going to be about. Pixel themes, so the ability to themify and change fonts and colors and stuff like that system-wide, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Always a fan of anytime you can do just even minor customization, give power back to the user to do customization. I'm into that. And Bubbles, which I thought was really cool, where it's a system-wide, almost like text message header. So when you get a text that comes in, for example, you can reply to it, and you get almost like a mini instance of your chat, your SMS program right there that you can do full replies to, and then send, and then it goes away. So they have this concept of just bubbling up bits of context that you need to respond to right then, and then send it on its way. So I thought those two things were cool.
We ready to do our?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is a new segment. You guys want to know? We want to tell you what is it like to be a tech YouTuber. So there's a lot of times where you get a lot of hate mail, hate comments, we're the worst channel on YouTube, and that's totally fine. But also there's other times where you get a lot of companies, and one that you don't know, some that you do, reach out and say, we want you to do a dedicated video.
Yeah.
On this product, and a lot of times that product might cost $20, and they want you to do a dedicated multi-hour project. So for me, when I make a video, a lot of times it takes anywhere between 5 and 12 hours to do everything that I want to do. That includes the editing, scripting, lol.
He scripts nothing.
I script nothing. It's all all my videos, I don't script. I might have some talking points, but you script way more than I do. But I do a ton of B-roll.
So I've gotten away from...
I'm like the B-roll king.
You do way more B-roll than I do.
Way more.
I do more scripting than you do, but I don't script the way that I used to. My first couple of videos were very much scripted points that I wanted to get across. Now it's much more about talking points because
it's just time.
Well, time, and I feel like we've built up a skill set doing this live show thing where you can have talking points in front of you and just kind of we gotta riff over top of them and come up with something interesting to say. The magic of post-production.
Correct. So, but a lot of times these folks are saying like, well, look, we don't take money for reviews. That would be
strong no.
That would be a commercial.
Yeah.
So we don't do that. But they want to send us products like do a review. So we decided that we're going to do a review live on air right here. If somebody wants to send us products, sure. You reach out to contact@thetechspeaks. That is our email. Contact@thetechspeaks. We'll make sure we leave a link in the description below. Reach out to there and we'll tell you what the P.O. box is. If you want to send it there, fine. It might show up on a live show like this.
Who knows?
That's basically it. We have been very much forward saying, look, we're not going to do a dedicated review on this. We'll mention it during the live show. This is what we're going to do. And they're like, yeah, sure, that's great. Here you go. So I have a stack of stuff. Stack of stuff. So this is the stuff, by the way, that came in the last week. This doesn't count all the stuff that we said no to all other times. Okay, so there's the first one. Here's the second one.
Stack 2.
This is the third one. And let me make sure my address is not on that. All right. Is there an address on this one? No. And this one. So this is rando stuff that gets sent to us. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do this? Is this? You want to do the lights?
I'll do lights.
Okay, do the lights.
Minger lights.
Minger lights.
So I have already done at least some setup for this because I knew that this one would specifically take a while. This is just a light strip, which I took the time to plug it in at the very least, so that way you could at least.
So here we go. This looks like this is the GoVee, Govee. Comes key points of insulation.
Insulation or installation?
Oh, sorry, installation.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if the manual is terrible or...
stick the LED strip on suitable surface. So not knitted wool, dust, frosted glass, or rough plastic surface. You want to fix the adapter in the right way. Evidently, I'm sure you fixed it in the right way.
Blah, 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 blah. I mean, no one's really going to read these instructions.
Yeah, basically, it's double-sided tape on the back of it. Which, this is allegedly something that you can use to use the Google Assistant and Alexa with. But full disclosure, I absolutely have no idea how to do that because download the app,
which I did.
You did.
This was the pre-work that I did beforehand, just to make sure that when we actually got to this stage. Oh well, hey, double-sided tape is fairly sticky. I'm actually kind of impressed.
So by the way, it says download the app. It says link with Alexa. Doesn't actually say how to link with the Google Assistant in your user manual.
On the app when I downloaded it, it did say that it was a new feature.
Okay.
Like somebody commented that, oh hey, I see that you guys are now supporting Google, which is good. So RGB LED light strip, which comes with a little control box here, and then this is just like an AC power adapter that you plug in. And
they have reinforcement clips right here to where you could essentially 90-degree.
Oh, smart, yeah.
Yeah, so you could 90-degree these. So
they're fairly bright.
They are very bright. That seems to be voice controlled. And so welcome to the seizure.
So, as we were talking, or as it's picking up any... Okay, I gotta stop that. That's gonna drive me nuts.
Oh, God.
How do I stop you? Okay, that's better. Wow, those are really bright. I'm interested to see how much this blows out the camera as we're doing it, too. I mean, so it's RGB. You get a bunch of different colors.
That's not bad.
There is a voice-controlled mode where it's just like ambient sound. Yeah, it's not bad on the... It finally came through on the live stream.
Okay.
But as you talk or as it picks up music or something, it'll just kind of, flash in time. Okay, interesting. Good enough. To Kathleen's point, she says, can someone tell me what people actually use light strips for? Seems very frat house.
I actually can answer that question.
Go for it, because...
You're in the same camp.
I don't really have a need for this. This is a product that is like, that's cool from a distance.
Yeah. So I have heard of two ways. I was talking to someone at Best Buy Best Buy has these lights as well. I think these are in and around, I'll pull up the Amazon link in a second, but he uses them to light under his bed. I don't know why, but that's what he does. He also lights up behind his television. There's a lot of YouTubers that light up behind the television to get like an ambient light mode type feel. It looks really cool. The lights are hidden so you don't see them. I have a set of LifeX lights that I have.
Stole my phone, jerk.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was mine. I have a set of LifeX lights that I use, but I have them hidden on my little countertop behind me when I have the live show pillow that says subscribe. Live show pillow. What am I talking about?
I have
the subscribe pillow.
No idea.
The subscribe pillow that's up there. So when you see my videos, I actually light them up because I want the light behind me to a little bit brighter because I want the depth added between me and that particular table. That's just me and what I use them for. So yeah.
Okay.
So backlighting on my TV. Exactly. That's most of the time that's what people use it for. So
okay, where's the box for this? So I was going to hook up the smart.
You need me to get it?
Well, we may end up skipping this segment because, okay, you download in order to be able to integrate it with your assistant, be that Alexa or Google.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just set off that stupid Amazon thing. You have to download the GoV Home app.
Yep.
And then it takes you to this screen wherein you have to choose which one of this absurd number of products this thing is to be able to connect to it. I have no idea.
Do you want to do it or you want me to move
on? Wait, maybe it's this one. Hang on.
Okay. While you're doing that thing.
Try that one. You do that.
You want me to do this? Okay. So the next thing that comes in from a brand that we actually know.
Nope, skipping it.
Yep. All right, there we go. So long story short, they're very, very bright. Can't use the Google Assistant with them, and we don't have an Alexa. But honestly,
and you have to sign up for an account, which
I'm not really cool with signing up for an account. So
for something that minor,
let me you open that while I look in the GoV.
So this is these are pretty useful for anybody who has a Mac or a fairly modern PC. You will have probably USB Type-C connectors to it. USB Type-C, awesome, super fast. I'm a big fan of it. The problem is that there's a lot of devices out there that still require USB Type A connectors, which is the old school fat, flat style connector that everyone knows and loves. The beautiful part about Type-C is that you can drive a bunch of USB 3.0 devices, which is like the fastest USB that they ever came out with until they went to the Type-C type of connector. Not those things are semi-mutually exclusive. Do your research is the short version. But Aukey makes some solid products. I have an Aukey keyboard over there, and they sent us the Type-C, USB Type-C to USB Type-A 3.0 adapter. Actually, it's got 4 USB Type-A
that's great.
Plugs on it. Yeah.
So really I also use an Aukey wireless charger at home. It works. It does charge a Pixel device. It does charge an iPhone 10, and it does charge the brand new Apple AirPod 2s with the wireless case that I have. If you haven't got the video, go ahead and check it out. Also, those GoV lights are $28.99 right now. That's actually a pretty dynamite price for 16 feet. Because if you get 16 feet of those same lights with LifeX or Philips Hue, shout out to Stats for that, you're paying $80-$90. So that is a great price if you just want the basic lights. If you just want it for basic lighting, you don't care about voice, $30 is a pretty good price.
That I can get behind.
Okay.
Yeah, the voice activated stuff I'm really not sold on. I think that's kind of main.
So Aukey also sent over 2 USB 2As to C that are 6 feet long.
Oh man,
which is nice. 6 feet long. Obviously, my reach is not 6 feet, so
these are nice, like braided cables.
Braided cables. This is USB A to C. Both. There's 2 6-foot cables in there that has a really nice little Velcro-y type thing to hold them in place. Look, 6 feet. That's nice.
It's nice, but one thing I will call out, they specifically say that it is USB 2.0. It is not the fastest of the fast. So this is an older USB style. You're not going to be able to charge your devices as quickly as you might want to, nor is it going to transmit data as quickly as a modern device might be able to.
Let's test it.
I can tell you right now it's not going to work. It'll be USB. If you plug in something here, you'll get USB 2.0 connection.
Well, no, but I want to know if it works.
Oh yeah, it should.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if I just
actually, that's a good point.
Let's test and see
if
it
works.
works.
My phone too.
So basically, we're going to plug into Greg's MacBook. So we now have the Aukey thingy.
This is the
4-port USB-C hub with two 6-foot cables plugged into a MacBook Pro, and mine is charging.
Got power, yeah.
It says slowly.
Yes.
Very slowly. And much to your point, so this is
It's
USB
almost like we know what we're talking about.
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
So now
USB 2.0 driven off of a USB 3 hub. So this hub is basically sleeping for the majority of this. It's not doing anything compared to what it can do.
Doing nothing. And then lastly from Aki, because again, this is what they send over.
Yeah.
Ooh, red cable. You already have my attention. Already have my attention. These are 90-degree USB-C.
2.0s.
Doesn't say.
Oh, no, just USB Type-C.
USB Type-Cs.
So that
90 degrees. I absolutely love the fact that it's 90 degrees. So these are two 90-degree.
I love that it's 90 degree.
USB Type-C. This is USB-A though.
That is Type A, but
Yes.
it is a Type-C on the other side. Here's my problem with this though. This drives me crazy. USB Type-C is just the connection standard. The arguably one of the more important things. I mean, yes, obviously it's important to like make sure that your connection is the right type that you need, but also this exact thing we just came across here. Oh, USB 2.0 is not charging my device as fast as it could, whatever. It doesn't tell you whether or not this is USB 2, USB 3.
By the way, it works. Plugged into their 4-port router.
How about
Hub. Router. Hub. The 90 degree does work. Look, I love the 90 degree. I absolutely love the 90 degree.
I mean, it's like a minor...
Great chords.
It's like a minor selling aesthetic, but the thing that I really like is the braided cable thing. Oh my gosh, I
love
go through so many cables.
By the way...
The braided thing is super nice.
Does anybody want one? If you want one, leave a comment below. Although the red one's pretty hot, I don't know if I want to keep it. If you want one, leave a comment below. And we will also send you that. You'll have to reach out to us at contact@thetechspeaks.
We'll send you one. Supplies.
And we'll send you one.
Supplies limited.
Supplies very limited.
Once we run out, that's it. So first come, first serve.
We will also send you a sticker. So message, leave a comment in here. We'll reach out to you. Yes.
Kathleen, hello 12K subs. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Actually, we hit 12,000 subs today.
Just before we went live,
Yep.
we were talking about
that. We're at like 12,004. So those... Unplug your stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess I do.
Okay, stuff.
You need to do that.
Following. Next. Guys, this is seriously what we deal with. So this is stuff that gets sent to a P.O. box. We actually have...
As you can see, a lot of this stuff is, I mean, neat, okay, cool, but it's not worth a whole review. Like, no, look, real talk, are you going to watch a 5-minute video about somebody reviewing a cable?
No, you're not. So we're going to do it here on the live show because it's funny because you can get our immediate reaction. Look at these little boom boxes. This is a collector's edition boom boxes that came in. I'll throw that over there. This is a Bluetooth little speaker, big sound collector's edition. It looks like a little boom box. Little tiny boom box. So let's... okay. I wish I had a knife. Do we have a knife? You do over there. That's all right. I got it. So,
you're just gonna mangle the box.
Well, no.
I mean, the box art is very reminiscent of the 80s. It's retro comes to mind.
It is a little boombox. It is smaller than my phone. It's smaller than actually an iPhone 4.
It's pretty tiny.
It's not very big. I don't know how
it's battery powered.
I don't know. Great question. I don't know how it's actually held in there. Ow, that really hurt. Really bad. Oh my god, this thing is... There's probably a cable in there, I bet. Man, that one stung. Look at that. That one stung.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right across the old knuckles there.
This is what we get for being prepared and, like, having a knife at hand.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
All right, so it's micro USB charging, micro USB to Type A. So
I gotta be honest, that's kind of heavy.
Really?
Like, so it's not very large. It's very, very small. So think about the size. Okay, garage door opener. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you look at this. This is about the size of a garage door opener. It looks like a little mini boombox. Like the here on the front, they actually do.
Do they have a working equalizer on it too?
No, it's not a working equalizer.
They have a different.
Looks like there's a
picture on this one.
Button. Of course there is. There's a button on the back. Looks like the button on the back is the thing that.
No, they do.
No, it doesn't work.
Don't.
There's no way. So this...
that's cheeky, because on the instructions it says, speakers, equalizer. Like, they absolutely imply right here on the instructions that there's an equalizer.
Was there one at the
that
top?
works.
Okay, so... according to this, that they're about the boom boxes were about the size of a small suitcase, but now you can capture the nostalgia of the era with just under 4 inches across. A little boom box will take you back to a time where hip hop, graffiti, and breakdancing ruled the streets.
These are no joke. These are the talking points that they sent us. Okay.
Paying homage to an icon of the 70s and 80s pop culture, these little wireless speakers with big style. Most important points to cover. They can travel with you anywhere. They are small enough to fit in your pocket. There is zero doubt that that's true. They can sync to any Bluetooth device, 30-foot range. Built-in rechargeable battery with up to 120 minutes. Hey, that's pretty dope. Yeah. 120 minutes of continuous play. Micro USB charging cable included. Is that true?
That is
true. Yes,
yeah.
It is. It's available at Target right now for $20, $19.99. Convenient with a carrying loop.
I mean...
it says that we hold the power button. Oh, you need the dongle, huh?
I was going to totally use the dongle and do some charging, see what happens here.
It says that we need to... It's easy to prepare. A voice prompt will indicate when it's on. Again, this is what we were asked to dedicate a whole video to.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And the big thing is, like, are we really appreciative of this? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No question that we're appreciative of it. But again, from the perspective of taking the time to make content that somebody wants to watch, for us, that's the toughest thing. And so this is why we're bringing it on a live show, so you get exactly what it's like. Plus, it's kind of giving you a behind-the-scenes look of, this is some of the administration of a YouTube channel.
Especially in the tech space. So I saw that it was charging. There's a little LED on the back down here that tells you that it was charging.
All right, let's see it.
Boombox on.
Oh! Boombox on.
Yes. That's fantastic.
Okay, so I have my... Let's do pair a new device. What is it called?
You know what song you need to play.
Boombox. What?
R.I.P. Harambe.
I will find... All right. It says it's on. R.I.P. Harambe. Here we go. R.I.P. Harambe. That was the first thing in YouTube. Yep, there it is.
This is Elon Musk's rap debut. It's, forewarning, it's so terrible, but it's so good.
It is auto-tuned.
Let's see if we can
very well. Play on SoundCloud.
I'll just hold this guy up.
Why can't it like? Oh God.
Little carrying handle here. Little lights on it.
Whoa, that's kind of dope though. Okay, so the volume button, the volume, is it all the way up?
It's tiny. I'm gonna turn it all the way up. It sounds interesting. Hey. So one thing I will say right away, there's only one speaker.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
No, the other really is only one speaker.
Yeah. So this is the real speaker. The other one is absolutely fake. All these other like little tweeters and stuff, they're fake. All the buttons across the top are also fake. The equalizer is fake. The volume button is real. And the cassette buttons are fake too.
So there's volume control in the front. You turn the knob all the way up to the highest. When the battery's low, the voice prompt will indicate when the light is. You have about every 2 minutes when the light is on. Enjoy speakers. Yeah.
I don't know if I wonder if the equalizer lights are... Oh no, that's totally not.
I gotta be honest with you, so I would not buy this, but I can tell you right now that children would love it. Yeah. Children would unequivocally love it. So, I mean, it's $20. $20.
There you go. Right now, I would not buy it.
Would you buy it for your kids for a stocking stuffer?
I wouldn't.
No?
No.
Stocking stuffer?
No.
I think it's cool.
I love the aesthetic. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
This sound is not impressive to me.
Well, of course it's not. Last but not least.
And certainly. Hey, turn your music off.
Is it?
It's for sure still playing. All right.
Okay.
Let me turn this guy off.
4 seconds, it said.
Boombox off.
Boombox off. Okay. Give me that.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want it, leave a message.
Look, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people. They're going to be vying for this thing.
I dare you. We'll send it. 100% send it.
Justin Banks says, I just died a little inside.
Which part?
I feel like we should just send it to him.
Oh.
Just because, get it now.
Oh yeah, just mail it. Last but not least is a wireless speaker. 2 wireless speakers from the company Zosam. Cannot say that I have heard of that.
I've never heard of them either.
Cannot say that I have heard of that.
Portable something, each party travel black. That's what it says.
These are wireless speakers. Currently, these speakers right now are $29.99 on Amazon.
So another Type A to micro USB.
Yep. Looks like it does have a 3.5mm jack, which is good.
For all those phones that have 3.5mm jacks on.
RIP phones.
We have a boatload of trash down here now.
We really do. Okay, so this looks like... It's not a bad little size. Zosam, ever heard of it.
Little cheap carabiner that I could
break with your finger. Okay, it looks
no
like
question.
on the back here you have the DC in. Oh, interesting little factoid. SD card slot.
Oh, okay.
So you could load this thing up with your own music. Pop it in.
Micro SD.
Micro SD. You load it up with your own music. Pop it in and take it with you. It is a wireless speaker, which means it's Bluetooth.
And you could hang from your,
I'm not sure what you would hang
buckle
this. I don't know what you would hang this
whatever.
with.
I mean, I guess that's the thing that people do.
Do we need to play R.I.P. Harambe again? Because I feel like, it has little feet at the bottom here.
You should do it for Justin.
I'm going to do it for Justin. So let's turn this thing on. Okay.
I'll turn mine off. I don't think we need both of them.
Wow, that was kind of nice. Okay.
I mean, the sound quality thus far with just those two
two tones. The 2 tones. Let's pair a new device.
Significantly better.
This is the Zosam. Look.
And how much was this guy?
$29.
$29. So if you're going to buy a Bluetooth speaker for $10 more than the boombox, you get a speaker that sounds a heck of a lot better. And it's wireless. Waterproof.
So, okay. So this is now on. And we're going to play R.I.P. Harambe again. That's all.
Jeez. That is significantly louder than I expected.
Wow.
Where's the volume on that thing?
Okay. I have the volume all the way up. Wow.
So way louder than
I have the volume about 50% on my Pixel 3 XL.
Is there no volume on?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. It's got a surprising amount of soundstage to it.
I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. To be completely honest, like, again, soundstage, it's $30. So let's go here. Like, so the bass here I'm gonna hear the bass muddies it way up, but it could be completely crappy song choice.
Look, here's what I'm thinking. If you're going out, like I'm gonna go camping or something, and you want some music, you going canoeing.
100%.
This, no doubt, would
18
be the trick.
So it is. This is what they say. It is IPX6 waterproof. 18 hours of playtime. You can, according to this, you can get it moderately wet by playing it in the shower. They specifically say shower, beach, party, travel. Everything that you just described, this is what that's for. I'm going to take it with me and put it in the shower tomorrow, I guess.
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of interested in how long it survives in the shower.
I was going to, like, dump it in, like, get a bucket of water and just straight drop it in it.
Yeah.
And see if we can get R.I.P. Harambe that goes... just to see what would happen. So this is some of the stuff that you see that gets sent to us. Again, that does not sound terrible.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't sound terrible.
Now,
if you have interest, please send us a message and let us know.
Comments down below. We'll give it away to anybody who wants one. Now, for $20, you get the boombox. For $29, you get that.
Oh, it's no question. You get the Zosam.
For $20, and I'm not saying that for $20
100%.
You're spending the majority of the money is just the aesthetic, and that's where I have a problem with that, because that ain't a me thing. But that's legit. So Kathleen brings up a good question. What normal consumer that isn't Greg has an SD card these days?
So not normal consumer. I have an SD card, but it's because I make content.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was going to say too. I have SD cards because I make content, which Oh, I do make content now. You can't say anything about it.
I gave you credit earlier. I gave you credit.
You did. But also just because I'm a dumb computer nerd and I have, oh my god, I have memory card formats that have not been around forever. Like the old school Sony Memstick. I've got like 2 of those laying around still. I've got full-size SD cards. I have all kinds of trash laying around. Like at this point, it's basically literal junk. Like it's not worth the effort to keep track of it anymore. I have hard drives that lay around. Yeah, that's me. Good point, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Andrew Hatches says I have several SD cards, but for police scanners more than computers. Interesting. Justin Banks wants to know why you didn't play Ebony and Ivory.
Copyright. That's really the only reason. It's specifically
which,
copyright.
Which Kathleen says also Elon is going to hit you guys for copyright
he will.
on this.
At least it was funny. Like with Ebony and Ivory, there's respect there. Little Stevie, little Paul. Yeah. I respect that. I still respect Elon Musk, just not his singing.
Look, I hope that we get big enough that we would at all appear on Elon Musk's radar enough for him to issue a copyright takedown for us.
I will quote the minute that we played R.I.P. Harambe.
Yeah.
And send it to Elon Musk. He won't watch it.
No.
But follow me on Twitter.
I feel like now we're just tempting the fates. Now we're just like, I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it.
what happens if Elon Musk pays attention to us? He retweets us and says, yes, I'm going to copyright you, and all of a sudden then we're impacted. Like, why would he go after 2 randos from Ohio? Subscriber count!
We'll see. Whatever. XXL Asian. Is it billed as room-filling sound?
Not that I saw on their Amazon.
Let me look at their box.
It was not as room-filling sound. It actually has an equalizer mode that I did not test. That you can go between 2.
Nearly as much.
We can go between 2 modes. You want me to turn it back on and do some R.I.P. Harambe again? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. You can even answer phone calls directly on this. So the M, there's an M button that is mode switch, answer or reject call.
Hello? Zach Morris.
Ring, 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 ring.
Banana phone.
Banana phone. So you can, let's see, short press, previous track, long press is volume minus. Short press, next track, long press, volume plus. True wireless stereo. Ooh.
Has anybody actually...
Oh, there's a microphone right on it too. Right on the front.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so there was a banana phone.
Yeah, it is.
So, did anybody actually claim anything?
No, they didn't.
Nope. Shocker. Color me surprised. That's okay. You guys want stickers? Contact at the Tech Speaks. Contact at the Tech Speaks. I think that's our email.
It says 3-hour charge time, playing at full volume, 3.5 hours. Playing at 60% volume, 18 hours. I'm telling you, this is like...
What does the volume have to do with that?
So you're driving the speakers, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you're pumping more voltage through the speakers at that point, yeah.
That's perfect camping little speaker.
Oh yeah, that was my immediate thought. I was like, decent sound, listen to some music, or play random nature noises and freak out the campers next to you or something.
I have nothing else for our show. We're already way over.
Not really.
You guys are the best. No one wants stuff? But anyway, how about this? If you send us stuff.
Contact at thetechspeaks.com. One of the 2 of us will respond. That's about the best I can get.
I will put it in here. It'll be me, because I have the context coming to mind.
Yeah, that too.
Which is not a big deal. Greg doesn't do that.
Hey, what's the stupidest conspiracy you've ever heard?
The dumbest conspiracy.
The dumbest conspiracy you've ever heard.
The world is flat.
You know, it's funny. That was my absolute one
for the moon. The moon landing wasn't real. Those are 2 that probably bother me the most.
They irritate
me. Are those conspiracy theories, though?
Oh yeah, that is like hardcore tinfoil hattery right there.
Okay. What was I looking up? Our email.
I love conspiracy theories because I just love how stupid some of them are. The flat Earth one gets me. I watched an entire documentary on Netflix like 2 days ago. It's like Life Under the Dome or something along those lines.
Life Under the Dome.
Yeah, it's like it's people that they're so apparently. I don't know if you knew this or not. I got an education on the Flat Earth Society. Apparently, the Flat Earth Society, with membership all across the globe, you get the joke, has like this like,
Please tell me that's not actually in there.
no, that would be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
But it's like a bunch of subgroups that are all saying that, like, the Earth is definitely not a globe. That much they know for sure. But what the Earth actually is still a topic of debate. People who think that it's just flat, or that it's like the stars are just a rear projection. So there's some type of enormous projector that is projecting stars and stuff on the night sky. But the absolute best part was, in this documentary, how many times they would go, hey, so we've got this great idea for an experiment. And the experiment, according to our math, right, and the math checks out, little things like gyroscopes. If the gyroscope rotates X amount when we do these things, that means the Earth is a globe. But if it doesn't, then that means the Earth is truly flat. And they'll do the experiment and it'll rotate exactly that amount. And they'll be like, well, clearly our test was wrong. And so they'll do like another one. They'll do, and legit, like, the experiments that they're coming up with are technically very interesting things, but they keep coming up with the right answer, and it's so good.
But it's not.
But it's not the right answer, because the Earth is clearly not a globe.
Oh,
so
my
good.
God.
The dumbest one, though, that I fell down a rabbit hole earlier today. Just today. Apparently, you know what F1 cars are, right?
Yeah.
Formula One.
Yeah.
Formula One car. There is a big, like, underground network of people that are convinced that there's a conspiracy in Formula One. They don't run on fuel. No. They run on compressed air. The same as jet engines. They run on compressed air.
What?
Thank you. Like, why is that a conspiracy? At what point in time does it serve somebody in any beneficial capacity to lie about whether or not an F1 race car is driven by fuel or compressed air? Compressed air, not like nuclear fusion, not some like far advanced like crazy. No, it's air. It's
The quantum.
It's air.
The quantum realm.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm so stoked. We got our tickets to Endgame.
Oh yes.
Okay, so that's what you guys need to know. There is no live show next week.
Correct.
It's because I have an event with my kiddo. I'm going to, no big deal. I will put out a video on Thursday, since we won't be live. So we'll have a video that comes out. It'll probably be a camera comparison video, probably. Not 100% on that. That'll be coming out, but then there'll be a show the week after that, the live show.
Yep.
But then the week after that, there is no live show.
No live show. That will be the night we are going to see Avengers Endgame.
Yep, no live show.
No live show. By the time we come back, we are going to be so hopped up anyway and so full of spoilers. Not that we would do that to y'all.
No.
And I will promise you that the following live show after that, when we are back,
No spoilers.
no spoilers whatsoever. We are a spoiler-free zone. I am a huge movie person,
Yep.
and it drives me crazy when things are spoiled for me. So
We will not talk spoilers for Avengers Endgame for 30 days after the movie is released.
okay,
A whole month. We'll give you a whole month to see it.
and we'll still warn you ahead of time.
After that, I cannot promise you.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about it.
I'm
so excited!
I already want to talk about it. I'm so pumped for it.
So, there's a rumor out there right now that we've only seen like the first 10 minutes.
Like in all of the trailer?
That's what they say.
Holy
the trailer.
cow. That's a lot of stuff to resolve in 10... Like, the
So,
trailer...
so before the trailer of the ticket launch,
Okay.
the most recent one.
I have not watched that because there are apparently some very spoilery things in there. So, I don't know. I would appreciate you not getting into too much detail because I haven't watched it. So I don't know if
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
But from what I've told you, before that one...
Yeah.
I have
all of that.
All the ones before that
Yeah.
I had heard were the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes.
That's wild.
Really wild. I can, now that you've said the comment that you've said, I can totally see that.
Interesting.
Really interesting to see what some of the spoiler things that you've heard.
I haven't heard anything about it. I have heard that there
There's
are spoilery things in the last video that was put out regarding Avengers Endgame. Basically just says that it's like a behind-the-scenes look or I can't remember how they worded it in the tweet, but I saw it. It was like a longer clip where they were talking about...
I mean, it's a minute long.
Okay.
I desperately need you to see this. I need to see that clip after the show's over.
I might.
I need you to see it because I need to talk to somebody about it.
Because
I have theory.
Oh
my God, I have a theory, Greg.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, take one for the team. Got it. That's what it is.
I hate spoilers so much. I hate them so much.
It's from Marvel. There's not going to be that big of a spoiler.
Okay.
It's from them.
I did not, nor did just about anyone, see the last movie going the way that it did. And I want that same level of OMG.
There is no way what I've seen is going to do that.
Okay.
At least not to me.
So, mild spoilers, I guess I'm okay. It's annoying, but I'm okay with it. Like, for example, if you watch the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything. This is literally in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer opens with Tony Stark stranded in space.
The very first trailer.
No, even the theatrical trailer. It's Tony stranded on the Milano.
Look at you.
Talking to his busted helmet.
But really, he's not talking to his busted helmet. Really, he's talking to...
Well, he's talking to
Pepper.
Pepper, yes.
Yeah.
And then, by the end of it, you see everybody come walking through the hangar in their new Avengers attire. And there's Tony Stark. So clearly he makes it from wherever the mono is back to Earth. And if you're telling me that is within the first 10 minutes...
That's what I've heard!
That's an escalation. That's things moving quickly in Endgame.
I have been
That's told... like literally as soon as Tony's speech to Pepper cuts off, like right at the very last word that he says, there's a ship that pulls up and says, "Hey, y'all need a ride. We're going to Earth." And they go, "Yeah, actually, that's where I'm going to." So then they
in fairness,
rock and roll on.
The very first 10 minutes of the last one, stuff happened that I was like, "What? That's 10 minutes?"
That they opened with a scene that I was like, "Oh,
what? Like, you're gonna lead with that?" You guys didn't bury the lead on that one.
Man.
So,
Okay.
Anyway, we're geeking out over here. Not paying attention.
This is turned into the Avengers cast.
Anyway, I have nothing. Hit him with your socials.
All right. That's going to do it for us for this week. You can find me on Twitter at Ominous Hominid. You can find the channel Twitter is at The Tech Speaks. Keep your eyes on the channel Twitter. A little bit of, early spoilery type of stuff for our friends that are still out there in the audience right now. We will be doing a giveaway.
Ooh, look at you going in hot with that.
So keep your eyes out on the Twitter. I'm going to have a lot more information. It relates to videos that we have done in the not too distant past, and that's all I'll say. We're going to be giving away something.
That might have something to do with this.
Oh boy, that's going to be a great clip to include. So yeah, keep your eye out on The Tech Speaks on Twitter. Keep your eye out there. That's where we will be making the announcement of the giveaway, all the rules, the way that you're going to be able to enter, and all that jazz. It's going to be a thing a lot of people are going to want, I think. It's a great product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Scott PG on Instagram. At Scott PG on Twitter.
There it is.
I'll retweet it too.
And also, this is something that we're terrible at advertising for, but don't forget, if you're interested in getting the audio version of the show, like for whatever reason, some week, if you can't catch the video, we do an audio podcast. Basically, what we do is just rip the audio from this right after the show and upload it to Podbean. So that's,
hang on.
What is it?
Hang on.
I can't remember.
thetechspeaks.podbean.com.
There it is.
Which is also linked in the description below, I think.
XXL Asian. Technically speaking, the free stuff show. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to just get stuff, check it out, and then chuck it to somebody else.
Seriously.
I don't like having a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So if, in my view, the perfect setup would be if companies would send us stuff and then we could just give it away to y'all. I would do that. That's 10 times
what
out of 10.
I want to do. Like,
no questions.
I would love to do that.
So help me make it happen.
Yeah. Ask Elon.
There you go.
Give away a Tesla.
Right here on the live show.
That would be dope.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out the live show. Give us a like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. We will see you all next week.
Woo!
Now I got to log into my phone and shut up. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it. This is going to take forever.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still
love you,
live.
mean it. Bye.